Corey, along those same lines, every year with this team, you've been more and more optimistic about what the goals and expectations can be. So I guess everything that you just said, is that why this year will be different? Is that why this year this organization can take that next step forward that you've been saying is coming?
I mean, we have been taking steps forward every year. We've had some good runs on occasion and not very frequent and not very consistent. But every measurable category statistically, we're better last year from the year prior to that. And I don't anticipate this year being any different. We're going to take a step. Now, taking steps in this garage isn't like 10 places. It isn't like going to go from a 25th place team to a championship 4 team overnight. That's not how it works. If you could, a tangible step forward sometimes it might be 1 spot or 2 spots, because now you get, there's 24 factory teams essentially between Toyotas and Fords and Chevrolets, right? That are key partner teams. So for us to be in that 20th, 16th to 20th fringe playoff team on points, you're beating 8 teams that are fully funded, fully resourced, and we're still on the outside looking in when it comes to key partner information. So I feel like we've done a great job. So Ryan Sparks, especially overachieving for the resources that we've had, and we're going to continue to take. Maybe not be noticeable to many of you guys in here, but we are going to be better in the amount of top 5s we have, the amount of top 10s we have. There's not a measurable amount, but it's going to be more. And we just have lofty goals in terms of, I can lay it right out. So we have, for the bonus structure of guys in the shop, we separate the Daytona 500 as its own race, because you race that one a bit different because you want to have a good points day and you want to cash the check. So we essentially start the season as a race team here at Atlanta, and we break the season up in 7 5-race mini seasons. And if you have a finish better than average finish over those 5 races, better than 20th, you acquire a certain amount of points. It's like 80 something. We set the benchmark of all these 19th and better metrics with laps led or laps completed, average finishing position. If you hit those markers for the 5-race mini season, then everybody in the shop gets a bonus. Even the truck guys get a bonus from if a cup team hits it. So we introduced that last year. It made the season much more palpable. It gets long and grueling, but it allows you to kind of reset and attack each 5-race segment with intention and some attainable goals. And I think we hit it 2 out of the 5 last year, or 2 out of the 7 last year. We came short on 2 more. So if we can just hit all those little mini season benchmarks, I think that should put us up in the conversation as, right on the fringe, maybe on the outside looking in of pointing our way into the playoffs. But obviously, you feel pretty good about it if you can get a notch in that win column to be in the playoffs.
I was going to bring that up, the postseason. Is it, I don't want to say playoffs or bust, but is it at least looked at now as realistic potentially for this team?
I think there's a couple of us internally, particularly Doug, myself, and Sparks, and Dickerson, we feel as though if we execute, we can be in the playoffs. And that would be that's a reaching goal, but the only way you can score is if you have a goal. So the goals that we set out for a team 3 years ago, some of them were just let's just finish the race here, literally. So we've continued to move our benchmark and raise the bar for our goals, and I think the bar for this year for our team is the playoffs. And if we can get close to that, I think it would make a lot of guys, myself included, really happy. I think I've matured as a driver behind the wheel as well as off, and I think it'll be a dogfight. It'll be an absolute dogfight, but I think if we execute for the next 20 weeks, 24 weeks, I think we could be in that conversation.